How the CIA used real and robotic animals for secret spy operations. The CIA has a long history of creative problem solving that includes inventing new ways to spy on the opponents using animals, both real and robotic. As the CIA's appetite to develop tech solutions grew during the Cold War, there was quite a few startling and humorous results. Project Aqualine in the 1960s. One of the most ambitious Cold War tech efforts, including building bird-shaped drones to act like mini spy planes. Project Aqualine team planned to equip a fleet of 12 birds with electronic intel and air sampling sensors to target a missile test center and a nuclear test site. The fleet of bird-shaped drones was never completed at the mysterious Area 51 base in Nevada. Operation Acoustic Kitten in the 1960s. When the CIA operatives wanted to buck an Asian head of states, HQ thought about the cats wandering in and out of the meeting area. Why not wire a feline felt agent with an ear microphone and a skull transmitter? The techies produced a 3/4-inch transmitter to embed in the loose skin of the base of the cat's skull. A microphone was placed in the ear canal and an antenna woven in to the cat's long fur. Getting Acoustic Kitten to follow orders was another matter. Kitten walked off the job when hungry and ignored its CIA handler. The Insectothopper drone in 1970. The CIA tested a very early drone in the 70s, an unmanned aerial vehicle insectothopper disguised as a dragonfly. A microphone the size of a beet hits in its head. A watchmaker helped build the device, which had a miniature fluent oscillator for the wings and a small amount of propeller-produced gas. Fortunately, the dragonfly wasn't good in the wind, so the CIA dropped the dragonfly. Charlie, the robotic catfish in the 1990s. Charlie, the CIA robotic catfish, was designed in the 1990s to test the possibility of unmanned underwater vehicles. Charlie's tail concealed a pressure hole, ballast system, communication, and a propulsion system. CIA isn't saying if Charlie was used to gather intelligence or just water samples, but it is likely that Charlie didn't mind swimming against the tide. Spy Hawk, late 1960s. Spy pigeons has been used since World War I, so it made sense for the CIA office to launch a 6-month project in California devoted to train a red-tailed hawk to carry a camera. The plan was for the hawk to take photos of strategic defense systems off the Soviet radar. Fortunately, the CIA discovered later in the day that the red-tailed hawk is a protective species. The CIA provided to train an unprotected crow instead, but that would mean transporting the bird by boat up the Baltic and through the canals of Denmark and Sweden, where the Soviet closely monitored boat movements. Instead, the CIA decided to ditch the project. Spy pigeons in the 1970s. Homing pigeons has an incredible ability to find their way home, even if they're dropped hundreds of miles away. So they were successfully used to carry secret messages during World War I and World War II. In the 70s, the CIA upped the ante with a bit of technical wizardry. Pigeons were trained to fly Cold War missions to secret sites in the Soviet Union. Instead of bringing back secret messages, they carried cameras that could automatically take photos of sensitive military sites and secret locations. How many missions did the pigeons fly? That intel is still classified. Raven couriers, Cold War era. The CIA even trained a Raven to drop bugged devices on window sills and deliver and retrieve small objects. Although the wing courier were able to deposit the bugged devices on the window sills, the ambient noise made the ideal impractical. Dead drop rat, Cold War era. The dead rat device is definitely at the less technical sophistication end of the spectrum, but still a useful tool. The CIA once hollowed out a rat for a case officer to use as a dead drop, a storage device to slip messages to spy operating in the field. Apparently, not many people want to poke a dead rat, so the rat's cover was not blown. The woolly mammoth, the future. The CIA is looking at abstract methods to prevent animals from dying out. De-extinction, as it is known, involves scientists attempting to genetically clone ancient DNA to reassure species like the woolly mammoth once again can inhabit the Earth.